Hello and welcome everybody. It is time to play some Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends Complete Edition while we talk about Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered, and I'm going to be using Dynasty Warriors 3 DLC costumes and music while I do so. But hello, oh my god, we have a full house at the start of the stream today. Hello, Nivbeer, Lazy Gamer, Warrior Face, Cameron Penn, Furman, Just a Prinny Dude, Sanyur, No Name, Demonic Boobs, Madhu. I think I've got everybody. That's it. Rhymed off in the chat. Hello and welcome everybody. Oh my god, I don't know about you guys, but I am so fucking excited. We got some news about Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered, and I am working on a script. So it is coming. Something is happening. I just don't really have the energy to, go through all of the process of putting a video together the way that I would want to do it. So instead, for now, at least, that's what this stream is going to be for. I did not sleep when I heard the news. I've been having a rough relationship with sleep lately. Unfortunately, it's been one of those things that it's like I can get 8 hours of sleep, but I don't get 8 hours of quality sleep. But at least now I'm getting 8 hours of sleep. Do you think they could use these assets to remaster 4 and 5 too? I think they could. And I think that they have that planned. They just want to see what the reception is going to be like with Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered. So if you want Dynasty Warriors 4 or 5 Remastered, or Samurai Warriors 1 or 2, or Warriors Orochi 1 and 2 Remastered, definitely pick up Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered. It'll at least send that message that this is something that we as a community wants. Because they can't go off of one person tweeting out or messaging. They need something. They're a company. They have to be able to say, yes, we can put the money behind this because we can make money off of it. And we have proof that we can make money off of it. Yeah, the fact that there's no new dub is also a little disappointing for me because, like, I was really hopeful to see or hear a new remaster with the graphics that we're seeing in this. But, oh well. I played the original, so it's not going to deter me from playing the remaster. But I'm also going to get things set up so that we can get into actually playing as well. And like I said, I'm going to be using some Dynasty Warriors 3 music. I can't remember if... Oh. I can't remember if there's any other Dynasty Warriors 3 music. I forget what stages these two songs are for, or if they're just general songs. But I think this song will work really well with this stage. And of course, I've got everybody in their Dynasty Warriors 3. Wait, Sun Ce. I thought everything except Ziluan was reused. Okay, that's what I thought. That it was Changban.
Only those who wield true strength can claim any stake in this land of chaos. Strength, you say?
I mean, I, for one, am so excited. I don't mind that there's not a new dub if there doesn't have to actually be. But hopefully, like, that's something that they could also patch in later. A Samurai Warriors 1 remaster is another one that I think needs to happen. Oh my god, the chat doing the thing again.
It'll take more than what's in there to kill our lord.
There we go.
It didn't go so well.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It's like, have you ever noticed that the camera angles in anime is really weird? And then it's just like looking up from some girl's tits. Not that I'm complaining or anything, but... Yeah, it may affect some sales, but some people might be able to go into it not caring either. Especially knowing that it's a remaster of an older game. Yeah, Samurai Warriors 1 and Dynasty Warriors 4 both had a little bit of a darker kind of vibe to them. I feel like Dynasty Warriors 4 kind of had that vibe as well, just from the soundtrack. Because Dynasty Warriors 3 and 5 used a lot of like synthetic sounds, where Dynasty Warriors 4 went for a more raw rock with traditional instruments, and that's something that I really appreciated. And I noticed they did that with Dynasty Warriors 8, and to a bit of a lesser extent Dynasty Warriors 7. And with them going with the full orchestra in Origins, that was just so good. Well, hopefully they actually have a complete new dub for those of us who would want a bit more of a serious experience with this remaster. Yeah, Nuwa and Fushi were both in Dynasty Warriors 3 originally, so it's really good to see them like return, because they were just in there for free mode. They didn't have any story, even with Extreme Legends. So that was great to see. What do you think the reason for Koei using Unreal Engine 5 and not the Katana engine for Origins? I honestly don't know. It could have something to do with the fact that while a lot of the assets are being remade, they are reusing some of like the character skeletons and stuff like that to keep the animations. So I imagine that's the reason why they're going with Unreal Engine 5. There might be some issues with the Katana engine using some of the original assets from Dynasty Warriors 3. That's what I feel would be the reason for that. Exactly, Warrior Face. That's what I'm hoping for. Just some secret dub that they haven't announced.
We need to get rid of these ballistas. Focus on defeating the one commanding. Time to end this. Are you willing to face me in battle?
The other thing that I'm really looking forward to, like, there's so much that I'm looking forward to. It's hard to, like, form my thoughts properly, but goddamn. The fact that they're adding weapon fusion is so good. Because, like, I'm doing that in Dynasty Warriors 8 right now. I'm trying to get all of my weapons to have maxed out specific attributes that I want to make use of. So I'm going to do that again in Dynasty Warriors 3.
You shall not pass this point. Now prepare to die.
But I've mentioned it before on a couple of other streams that I've never actually played through everyone's story in vanilla Dynasty Warriors 3 because I grew up with only 3 Extreme Legends. For the longest time, I had Dynasty Warriors 5 Extreme Legends before I got Dynasty Warriors 3 vanilla. I think I got 3 vanilla and 2 around the same time. Because that was when I was moving to PEI. And goddamn, I still haven't beat every single character story after getting that and getting the original Xbox version. And you know for a fact I'm going to be playing through Shahadun's story live on stream as my first streamed story. I'm probably going to get the game a little early because Koei is nice enough to send me a review code. And I'll be working on a video to talk about it. So I'll at least be playing through some other character stories. Unless I just play through Shahadun's and then play through it again. Because I have a feeling Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered is going to be one of those games that I will not mind playing through character stories multiple times. Hey, Terry. Yeah, if you're playing like the OG on PS2 or original Xbox, it is a rough experience. Playing it with mods makes it so much better. It's still rough around the edges, but it's more bearable that way. And that's another reason why I think these remasters are very needed. And Dynasty Warriors 3, among all of them, needed it the most. Because Dynasty Warriors 2, there's really no point in playing Dynasty Warriors 2. If you want to experience the maps of Dynasty Warriors 2, just play Dynasty Warriors 7. I have done a collaboration with Night Owl. We did a little trivia stream where I hosted a trivia game with him, Bish from Get a Life Podcast, Lady. I forget, was there one other person? It might have just been the 3 of them, and then we had a 4th, but then scheduling conflicts kind of happened, I think. I think we did it for last year's Musome.
Come on, my lord. Let's get out of here.
Hey, Inugami the Hound.
Excellent.
Thanks for coming out. Glad you could make it. I'm ready. I need this game in my hands yesterday. I needed it in my hands in March when they originally said it was going to come out, but that's fine. I'm not salty. I would rather them take the time to actually perfect the game than to put out an unfinished product. And that trivia was like a lot of fun. It was like Dynasty Warriors Jeopardy, I think, or Muso Jeopardy, because it was general stuff. And I tried to make it like a lot of, ooh, that's interesting to know kind of information. I feel like I might have made it a little too hard at times, but I think the main thing is that we have fun with stuff like that. And I'm just going to keep playing through people's stories.
A new world of my design.
Oh, Cao Cao's already got his weapons equipped. And chat. Oh, wait. I'm going to go back here.
Shall illuminate
because I'm using Shahodun in a couple of runs of ambition mode, and I want to not forget to set him up properly. There we go. And he is set to the right costume. Perfect. Yeah, I'm like a little over 100 stages in a row for ambition mode. So because of that, I want to make sure like I keep that going, because I can get like 300 to 400 gems with each ambition mode stage, and I'm like I said, I'm trying to max out all of the weapons, so that's going to be real useful. And I'm not going to be touching my weapons during this stream, so that after this stream I can get take a look at that stuff. What other games piqued my interest? Wolverine definitely did, and so did Onimusha. I still need to download the demo for that. I also didn't watch everything, because once the Dynasty Warriors 3 reveal happened, I kind of went, huh, huh, and I think I went back to the homepage of YouTube and I saw the overview trailer, which gave even more information. So if you only watched the State of Play stream, there is even more information that you missed out on.
Now I'm sure of it.
Like the fact that there are so many fucking settings to give you both a modern experience or a classic experience. There is even a setting to stop you from dismounting your horse while you're moving. And that just makes too much sense to be in that I didn't even think that they should add it.
The time is ripe. The rest is up to you.
They also have an option to turn on the combo lock on if you want to have that traditional experience. Like, the fact that they did that is wild to me.
And restore the glory of the Han Empire. All units, advance.
If they do a demo for Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered, I am definitely going to stream that. If I get the game early, though, just to get a head start on the video, I'm going to be playing that. But I could save my playthrough of Shahodun's story for the live stream, just to experience his story completely from the start, live on stream. Because that's what I did with Origins. I did play through Wu's story first, and then I played through Wei's story live on stream. I do not like the lock-on. I would rather have complete control over my character's movements. Wait. This is not the right song. I don't know what the heck I did. There we go.
We must defeat these traitors and restore
That's
the glory
better.
of the Han Empire. All units, advance.
I've never played Onimusha 2, even though I'm pretty sure it might. Yeah, I see it over here. It is the only Onimusha game that we own physically on PS2. And I still haven't played it. But I have finished Onimusha 1 way back in the day on the original PS2. And I did play through, I think, at least half of Onimusha 3. And I played the shit out of Blade Warriors.
Our supply lines have been cut off. It's difficult to build cool.
Sparking Zero Neo? What's that? Is that like a sequel or an expansion? I do need to go back and also finish all of the stories for Dynasty Warriors 9. Unfortunately, when I tried to do that last time on Monday, my internet connection decided, no Dynasty Warriors 9 in this household. Fine, be that way. I'm streaming Dynasty Warriors 8 today. The best one. I kind of hope we get some remastered songs. I think it would be great if they re-recorded it with the more modern feel, like where they use more traditional and raw sounding instrumentation as opposed to the EDM synthesized kind of stuff that we hear in the original, but give us both. I think they're just going to give us the original because that's all I've heard in any of the stuff that they've posted. Basically Tenkaichi 4. I am down. I do need to actually buy Sparking Zero to begin with. No, the best Dynasty Warriors clear. Get out, mods. Ban Warrior Face. I'm just kidding, by the way.
This appears to be as far as we go.
They are keeping the original voice acting. We got to hear Zhao Yun going, "Cow cow. We must defeat Cow cow."
I shall return after reviewing my strategy.
My ambition cannot be stopped.
And yeah, we got Fushi Nuwa. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with Ziluan, because I don't think they confirmed, is he going to have his own story, or is he going to be like Fushi and Nuwa, who are just free mode characters? Also, if they're going to give Ziluan a story, I hope they give Fushi and Nuwa a story as well. They're already adding, they've confirmed they're adding stories, so I'm hoping that's the case. My guess is also free mode only, which I'm perfectly fine with. It would be interesting, though, if they do like a 3-path story for Ziluan where you can choose Wei, Wu, or Shu. Right? I play a lot with the classic costumes, so it's not too big of a like slap in the face to see the Dynasty Warriors 3 costumes, but it is kind of to see it in that level of detail. And like, god damn, does the game look fucking beautiful, bro. I do hope that they add new costumes, even if it's DLC. I would pay for DLC to get costumes. I would rather pay DLC or pay for DLC and get all of the costumes than to not pay for DLC and either get no costumes or just one set of costumes in the base game. You know what I mean? Like what we got with Dynasty Warriors 7 and 8, getting all of the classic costumes, and Warriors Orochi 3, that was fantastic. But I know the last time I did a stream and I asked people, you know, do you guys buy or use the old costumes when you play? A lot of people don't. A lot of people just use the default costume, which, I don't know. I'm not a default costume kind of guy. I've never been. I've always been a gotta use the DLC or the unlockable costume. it's way more rare for me to use the default costume.
None of you better try to escape. If you do, I'll hunt you.
Yeah, they do have the retro costumes as a digital deluxe edition bonus, which can be bought separately from the base game. So that's nice that they did that.
I have no choice but to go out and fight myself.
I am debating if I should pre-order the game on PS5 so I can get the retro red hair item, because that's the pre-order bonus, is to get red hair, but it's the Dynasty Warriors 3 model. Then if I pre-order it on PS5, I can get the review code for Switch 2, and then I can have it on both. I'm definitely getting it on Switch 2, though, whether I get the review code for PS5 and buy it on Switch 2, or I buy it on PS5 and get the review code for Switch 2. Should probably reach out to my contact and be like, hey, do you know if the pre-order bonus is going to be in with the review code? Because I gotta have everything.
My ambition cannot be stopped.
I like having that variety of the costumes. Because, like, if I'm going to be grinding away at a game, especially if I'm playing as the same characters, I'm going to want to switch things up and have a different skin on that same character. Also, having grown up with the series, playing from the third game onward, it is nice to have a little bit of a nostalgia trip for something like this, where I get to play Dynasty Warriors 8 with Dynasty Warriors 3 costumes and weapons, and everybody is in their Dynasty Warriors 3 costume. It's too good. It's exactly what I want from, like, any Warriors game, so that I can have that like classic feel with the modern, that mixture of the two.
I'm going to have your head. Well done, my lord.
Oh, nice. They did post, it was a while back, it was before the delay, they posted a forum for review codes. I don't know if they'll repost it or post a new one when it comes to the October release date. I imagine Zilliwan's moveset is going to be similar to his moveset in Abyss. That's what my guess would be. Now I feel like I'm going to need that attack times 2. Oh, I thought the cutscene for Lu Bu, Lu Bu would have happened. Oh.
Perfect timing. I was looking for an opportunity to test my
I mean, I wouldn't mind if Zilliwan is absolutely broken.
wise choice, but one I've already
His normal attack string is at least the same as the sword moveset in Origins.
Why would you fight all alone?
There is no DLC that I haven't bought because it's a waste, but there are DLC that I wouldn't recommend because it's a waste. The wallpapers being probably the biggest one. I don't know why. And it seems to be a Japanese game specific thing, so I don't know if Japanese gamers like the wallpapers, but it's not just Dynasty Warriors that have put wallpapers as
Ambition cannot be stopped.
DLC. Dynasty Warriors 5's Season Pass, I would not recommend anybody buy. That is a not good deal. I can't remember if they have everything split up, and if they do, then I would at least recommend getting the DLC stages. And maybe the weapons if you want them. But everything else in that season pass is not great. Hell, even the weapons themselves, the skins don't really match the vibe of the game itself. And the DLC stages, there's a couple of good ones, but it's really not worth the full package. Arslan also had DLC wallpapers, which I did buy and would not recommend. Oh no, Dynasty Warriors 9 Season Pass I would recommend, but Summoner Warriors 5 Season Pass is not good. I personally prefer Dynasty Warriors 4 to 3. I know the lock-on in 4 is a little bit more rough. Oh, I said Dynasty Warriors 5? Oh, sorry. Words are hard sometimes.
A brave warrior, indeed.
Oh my god, the character renders for 3 Remastered look so good. I'm so excited that everybody looks great. Am I actually gonna have to not fight Lubu? Fine. I will leave you be. Yeah, they're bringing the nipples back. Finally. The character models, whenever a character is like shirtless or showing off some chest, not having nipples is fucking weird. I'm glad they decided to bring that back.
My ambition cannot be stopped.
Would I have cared if they didn't? No. But I care that they brought it back.
Insects! I shall exterminate you all!
God, I do hope, though, if they do actually redub the game for an optional, like, new dub, I hope they keep some of the lines, like, feel the power of my magic, and, you know, you flaming idiots! Maybe I shouldn't have fucked with Dio-chan. Lubu does not seem to like that. Okay, I'm gonna need to focus on Lubu for a moment. Well, it's good to know that some people do enjoy the bad voice acting in 9. I know the one line that keeps getting stuck in my head is like the "We will show them no mercy." Yeah, I should not have killed Dio-chan. I should not have left Lu Bu. But I'm fine.
Astonishing.
We're good.
Truly a sight to behold.
I don't know if it'll feel weird for me anyways, because I still go back to older games all the time. It's going to be nice to have gunning with the River Sword, though. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to that so much. I do wonder what the new stories are going to be like, too. Are they going to make new stages? Also, if you didn't see, the website, the official website for Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered has been updated, and they have 2 screenshots of the stages, and Hulao Gate looks so good. Oh, man. God. I'm just glad that there's also additional features being added to it for those of us who prefer a more modern Warriors experience, like the dodge mechanic, being able to call your horse from anywhere. Being able to pick up items while on a horse is going to be fantastic. Shahudun without his eye patch has always looked a little off. I do like to use his Dynasty Warrior 7 costume, though. I think the hair going to one side helps offset the lack of eye patch. Also, I feel like his hairstyle in 8 just, it doesn't suit him. The spiky hair is not for Shahudun. His hair needs to be down in some fashion. Yeah, dodging should have been in these games from the beginning, and I'm glad that they're adding it. And I'm glad that you have a setting to turn the dodging off, so you can't dodge. If you want to have a classic experience, there are settings in the game to do that for you.
Curse it! I wanted to finish him off myself.
That's right too, Yuta. Being able to dismount a horse while it's moving, it's gonna be great.
Saved us back there. My thanks. Will you tell us your name?
Charles, I did the same thing last night. I tried to play Dynasty Warriors 3, and I was like, first of all, even with mods, it's still rough around the edges. And second of all, I don't want to, like, burn myself out on Dynasty Warriors 3 stuff. So I think I just ended up playing Samurai Warriors 5 instead. I don't think it's getting a physical copy in North America. I have seen some posts about physical pre-orders for Japan. So that is unfortunate because, God, I would buy it on every console.
There are none who can stop me in battle.
Oh, and he's already set up with... And what horse would he have? I feel like he would have, like, the dark brown. Which one is... That's the... Good old walnut. Oh. Remove all of those. a lot of the voice acting in Dynasty Warriors 3 is bad. Like, just in general. Do I want that, or do I want this one?
We shall assimilate the remaining yellow turbans into our forces. Go and defeat their leader. I hear their leader is a large and powerful man. Be sure to keep your guard up.
The badder, the better. I mean, I'm glad that they are keeping the original for those who really wanted it, but I do hope that there is a new dub and we're going to be able to have the option to choose what dub we have. It would also be really cool if there was like an option to pick specific characters. So if you wanted one character to have the original, one character to have the new dub, that you had that option available. I was curious, though, if they would have the OG voices with the fact that they were, like, adding new stuff to the game. Because if you're adding new stuff, I don't think most of the voice actors from Dynasty Warriors 3 are still in the business. Some of them might not even be alive. I don't know. They haven't really mentioned anything since the original announcement back when they said it was coming out in March.
I have learned a lot from watching you.
The Romance of the Three Kingdoms costume for Zhao Yun and Sun Sheng are really good, and I wish they gave more characters that costume. Because I also really like Lu Bu's design in Romance of the Three Kingdoms. I haven't played a whole lot of them because, like, real-time strategy games aren't quite my shtick. I'm definitely more of a action game person. Yeah, I'm also hoping the same thing, Steven, that not having the new dub doesn't turn off new players. I mean, the big thing will be most people won't find out until they buy it and play it, so it's still a sale. And then when Dynasty Warriors 4 Remastered comes out and it has like a decent voice cast and everything, it'll be fine. Sun Sheng and Lu Bu both have an unlockable Dynasty Tactics costume in Dynasty Warriors 3, and I'm hoping it'll be in the remaster. That is one thing they haven't confirmed yet, and I wouldn't blame them if they don't confirm it at all and it is in the game, because that's something that I would want to be learned by the community. Because you still want some things to be a surprise. You don't want to give everything away. Kessen costumes have never been in a Warriors game to my knowledge, but they should definitely be in a Warriors game. I'd pay DLC for that. 100,000% I would pay for that. Because some of the Kessen 2 outfits for the Three Kingdoms characters is really good, but also Nobunaga's young costume in Kessen 3, it's really good. The vibes from his design in Samurai Warriors 5 kind of gave me the same feeling as Kessen 3.
This is our chance. Charge the enemy. Show them the strength of the yellow turbans.
I mean, considering the title is Remastered, people should be able to put 2 and 2 together. I know critical thinking isn't as common among some people, but like, come on. It's called a remaster for a reason. They're using some assets. They're building off of the original assets, essentially. So, to expect it to be wholly new is a little much. Which is why I'm cool if they don't have a new dub. But sometimes you just gotta know people are dumb. Don't take into consideration the opinion of dumb people. Like, there are some people complaining that Zuluan is in the game, and it's like, you don't have to play as him if you don't want to. Exactly. If it was brand new, it would be Dynasty Warriors 10, or it would have been called Dynasty Warriors 3 Remake. Exactly. I'm not going to be bothered. I just hope that, you know, it doesn't hurt sales in the long run. But like I said, the more options and settings that you have in a game, the better, because it gives everybody that customized experience. So if they give us the option to have the original voices or a completely new dub, hell, I'd even pay for a DLC pack that gives us a whole new dub using the Origins voice actors and some other new voice actors. We'll see if they attack the bad voice acting. If they do, you'll know that they didn't do research. Exactly. I'm cool with Zuluan being in the game. I'm cool with more characters being added to the game if they wanted.
So, you were fighting to protect these crops? But try as you might, you cannot win. Your fields will be trampled.
I do also like that the Dynasty Warrior, or like any DLC costume, will appear in the cutscenes like this.
So, what should I do?
Join our cause.
It's more so if they say the game sucks because the voice acting is bad.
Rich and fertile once more.
If I fight with you, the war will end? Everyone will get fed?
That's right. Come, join us.
Hey! Everyone! From now on, we fight with these guys!
Oh. It'll be interesting to see what the dub is like, ultimately. Oh my god. Zhou Tai is going to be weird to not be able to play as him. He's like one of my go-to characters. Guan Ping is also going to be weird to see become a generic again. Oh yeah. There are way worse voices out there. That's for sure.
Let's go and give it our all!
Oh yeah, and Sao Ren. I keep forgetting he's only in Dynasty Warriors 4. Cao Pi is also going to be funny to see as a generic.
Tao Qian will surely have laid a trap for us. Let's go and see what it is.
Shushu is one character I rarely play as. But at least in like Dynasty Warriors, I find since Dynasty Warriors 6, he is not as bad of a character. His moveset in 3, 4, and 5 leaves a lot to be desired, though. Are there going to be characters that were generics in OG3 that get demade for 3 Remastered? Do you mean like removed? To my knowledge, everybody who would have been a generic in OG3 is still going to be a generic. And I think in the gameplay video that was shown at the Taipei game show, there was 1 or 2 characters that people caught. Like, yep, they're generics again. Shushu is one that it won't be too weird for me because he was only really added in 7 Empires, and I didn't really play that for the longest time, so I didn't get to experience him until Dynasty Warriors 8. It is nice that they added so much, or not added, but like kept so much of the original. And in that overview trailer showing off the fact that, yes, in free mode, you're going to be able to play as any character and they'll show up in certain cutscenes, meaning Zillowan will appear in some cutscenes. I just realized that. That's going to be fucking wild. It would be interesting to see some characters who were generics in OG3 have a unique design in 3. Ooh. I personally would have been absolutely cool if the characters who were a generic in 3 but have become playable since just had the faces of the, like, their newer designs, but had the costume of the generic officer. I think that would have been fun for them to do. And then maybe make those characters playable just with the generic moveset. And who knows, maybe that's something that they can patch into the game at a later time. But with this just being a remaster and not a remake, I am also perfectly cool with them just leaving those characters to be generics. Either way, I know I'm going to be putting so much fucking time into this game when it comes out. I just realized how fucking vibrant my skin was. So I'm also wearing a white shirt, so that doesn't help. I'm extra reflective today. Hey, yeah, the modding community could absolutely do that. I don't know if Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered would be able to run on my PC, though. Unfortunately. But I went this long without being able to play Dynasty Warriors Origins on PC, with the mods being able to play as the actual characters themselves. I think I'll be fine not having those characters have unique models. But I could definitely see the modding community adding those characters kind of like a unique NPC. Who's a character that I'm not confident will be unique or playable ever again that wasn't in Origins. The only one that comes to mind is Shahoji, just because so many people in the community do not like her as a character. And I understand. I think she should stay as a character, but she should be reworked. You know what I mean? Like, actually give her something more than just being a lovey-dovey partner for Zheng Fei. Considering the history, and I think that was the thing that put a lot of people off, is like, oh yeah, Zheng Fei raped her. So like, you know, maybe not make her a lovey-dovey wife. Considering we have enough lovey-dovey wives with other characters.
Okay, they should be within range now. Let's
Give us some more dynamic relationships. Oh yeah. In actual history, not in the game. I mean, it was a different time, but from the way that a lot of people were talking about it, even for the time, it was still a rough thing. I do like the idea of her being kind of like a mentor to Xingcai, especially considering in Dynasty Warriors 9 she used the same weapon. She could be like a reluctant partner to Zheng Fei, but is actually caring for the children. I could see her being kind of like like trying to build the humanity for Xingcai and Zheng Bao, because like Zheng Fei will just be the, oh, you gotta get strong kind of character. Yeah, I think that would be another good option, is kind of having her like Nene. Just realizing I also forgot to choose a song for this. Oh well, next stage. There wouldn't be a song for me to pick for this stage anyways. Was there any good husband-wife in these games? Like, in the history, or just their representations in these games? Because I would say, like, I mean, Genji and Cao Pi are kind of a good couple. Even though Cao Pi got Genji by cucking Yuan Shi or Yuan Shang. I can't remember which of the Yuan sons was originally married to Genji. I do also like Yue Ying and Zhuge Liang. I just feel like they need to interact a little bit more in the games. Okay, it was Yuan Shi. I also just really like Zheng Chunhua and Sima Yi. Because, like, Sima Yi, in general, as a character, is a fun character, and I love how evil he is, to some extent. And then Chunhua is the one that actually wears the pants in the relationship. I love that dynamic. Yes, Menghuo and Zhurong. I don't know why I didn't think of them. They are like the perfect representation of a couple because they're both very loving of each other. Because, like, Sun Shengsheng and Liu Bei are not a good representation of their history because, yeah, Sun Shengsheng did not actually like Liu Bei. In fact, she had a guard outside of her room the entire time she was staying with Shu.
Master Liu Bei has come to offer his aid. I see no choice but to accept it.
I'm getting tired chasing you around like this. Just let me
What?
catch you.
I don't remember this part of Spirit of Sanada.
But it's better than letting Cao Cao have it.
It's getting hot. Let's get
I also haven't played Spirit of Sanada in a long time because that's one of those games that you do one playthrough and maybe you go for the platinum trophy and that's about it. I would like to replay it at some point because so many people say the story is better than Samurai Warriors 5. But from what I remember between the two of them, I feel like Samurai Warriors 5 is better. Personally, anyways. I know everybody's going to have a different opinion.
I'm starting to work up an appetite. Run, my lord. We'll hold off the enemy here.
Hey, Warriors Odachi 3 Ultimate. Welcome to the chat. So, here's a good question for everybody. Considering we're going to be unlocking characters as we play Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered, what character is going to be the first character you play as from the base set of characters? I don't remember all the characters. I'm pretty sure it would be Xiahou Zhao Yun, Sun Shengsheng, and then I don't remember. I think Huang Gai is unlocked at the very start, and I can't remember if he's the only newcomer to 3 that's unlocked from the start. Playing as Zhao Yun. That is I mean, it's hard to have a bad choice to start off with. Zhou Yu is one of the characters.
Nothing can stop our momentum now.
Oh, well, actually, I could probably look this up. Characters. So for Shu, it was Guan Yu, Zheng Fei, and Zhao Yun. For Wei, it's Dian Wei, Xiahou Dun, and Zheng He. And then for Wu, it was Huang Gai, Sun Shengsheng, and Zhou Yu. So those are your options for starting off your Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered journey.
There's nothing I like better than a fighter. I hope you're ready.
I think it's going to depend on how I feel when I get the game, if I get it early, whether or not I'd choose Xiahou Dun or Zhou Yu. Because I kind of want to experience Xiahou Dun on stream, but also I just kind of want to do it right from the get-go. If there's one character personality I could change in Dynasty Warriors, who would I change? Ooh.
Very good. I shall remember your efforts.
That is a good one. I feel like there is a character, and I need to think about this one. Because I can't remember if there was a Dynasty Warriors 9 character or a Dynasty Warriors 8 character.
Fight on until the bitter end. Have faith in your comrade.
Gonna need to think for a little bit on that one. Because I could say Shu Zhu, but I feel like they changed his personality enough in Origins, so he's not just the dumb fat guy. He's the caring, naive fat guy. Like, he's no longer the, you know, "Oh, I want food." He's now like, "Hey, let's go eat after we tend to the fields." Ooh, yeah, Ma Chao. I feel like Ma Chao just needs more personality. He doesn't necessarily need a change of personality, he just needs a deeper personality. And I feel like that's something that could easily be done in Origins. I'm trying to think, is there somebody I would want, like, a major change to the personality? I do like the idea of Ma Chao being an absolute menace. I'm just imagining him being a chaos gremlin, causing so much destruction, being like, "For the power of justice!" Be like Mr. Crocker from Fairly Odd Parents. Justice!
I leave the rest up to you.
I still want to get back into drawing, just so I can draw Zheng Wei, but as Mr. Crocker going, "Benevolence!" Wei Yan is another good one. I do like his personality just in general, but I wouldn't mind having a more serious Wen Yan. Though I do really like that in I think it's in Warriors Orochi 2, if you select him in the character select, he will be like,
This will be a chance for me to express myself.
like, bro, I didn't know you had all those words in your vocabulary.
Now for us to join the attack.
I didn't know what you were doing.
I shall teach you a thing or two about battle. I must fall back.
How many was there? I've lost count already.
Zheng Wei drawn as Lemon Grab from Adventure Time would also make a whole lot of sense. Just going, or sorry, benevolence. I'm not going to try to do that again. I mean, Zheng Zhao was until he got the glow up of the century with Origins. Now he's practically a Tommy Hilfiger model.
Near you makes me feel safe. Don't pay any attention to what I'm saying.
You just check after the map. Dynasty Warriors 6 Sima-Yi outfit. He's hair PS3 okay, but it's gone PS4 version. They fixed this or not?
I enjoy just watching you out there.
I can bring it up.
Let's get this fight started.
Oh, good. Excuse me. I mean, they're starting to push Zhuge Liang's personality to be a little bit more cocky. But it's more along the lines of like, I know I'm right. You don't have to agree with me. You can be wrong if you want. He's like the confident, cocky. Oh god, it didn't even pick up on my mic. I must have been that loud. It did not feel good on the throat.
Dislike fighting unnecessary battles, but it cannot be helped. I must protect Master Tao Jian.
I actually wouldn't mind seeing more Zhou in general. It was incredibly disappointing to play as him in Dynasty Warriors 9. Because after playing as him in Warriors All-Stars and him having such an incredible move set, to go to whatever the fuck he had in 9 was stupid.
To act on emotion will never overcome me. You have fought well, my loyal troops. Raise your voices in victory.
I should probably play through Li Dian and Yue Jin's story just to experience that. You know what? Let's do Pu Yang. Plays Xiahou Yuan. Oh wait, where is... Oh, he's in Jin. So what about his hair? I think I would need to go to the gallery to move him around. I don't know, his hair looks fine. Oh, the long part is missing? Oh, it's there. It's just behind the tassels. Oh, wait. Oh, in the back. Oh, I see it now in this screenshot. Huh. Interesting. No problem. Oh my god, Orion Gold, I am so looking forward to that game. I need it in my hands now. Like, there's a reason why I'm playing this and not Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered, because this is my only option. I mean, I could be playing Dynasty Warriors 3 with mods, but this is still a better experience. Also, thank you for all the hearts, guys. Hearts to you, too. I always have a hard time playing Dynasty Warrior or like any Empires game because I always try to be the nice leader. But I should be perfectly fine with taxing people and, you know, being a fucking asshole. If there's one character you could pick to be your best friend, who would you pick? Oh, God. Like, I want to say Shahadun, but I don't think he and I would vibe together. I could probably chill with Gojia. Honestly, so far, Gojia is the only one that jumps out to me. Yeah, I think Gojia is the one that I would have to say. I would chill with that guy. I would introduce him to edibles. I think he would be a giant fan of those. Yujin would just be like, do 100 push-ups for me. Do it now. I'm cool with the graphics as they are, but if they touch it up to make it look a little bit better, yeah. Oh, Sima Zhao. Why didn't I think of that? Oh God, Lu Bu on edibles. I would not want to have him take any edibles and then kill Diao Chan. That would be terrible. I think I could do like 5, maybe 10.
You can never let your guard down around Lu Bu.
I used to be a whole lot more fit back when I worked shipping and receiving. Now that I no longer do that, I am not as fit. I don't really fit into many things anymore. I don't think Zheng He was really flamboyant in history. A lot of characters are not represented the way that they would have been in history. I mean, Cao Cao was way more of a fucking dick than he actually is in this game. He really liked his women married to other people. I think Liu Bei was also a giant fucking dick, too. Essentially, like, the stories of the characters are written by the people who win the wars. So, when Jin originally unified the land after the Three Kingdoms, they wrote the history to make Wei seem like the good guys, and then some descendants of Shu like took over after Jin, and they rewrote the history to make Shu look like the good guys, and Wu is just there. They just exist. The Three Kingdoms is like Wei versus Shu featuring Wu. Yup. Well, Cao Cao wasn't necessarily into NTR. Well, He's into a specific perspective of NTR.
Now I'm getting serious. I have played my part. It is time for me to withdraw.
Also, I just have to say how much I appreciate the fact that I can play as Xiahou Yuan with the sword in Dynasty Warriors 8 thanks to the weapon swapping. Oh, and I forgot to fucking pick Dynasty Warriors 3 song again. Sorry.
My thanks. You have saved me from certain death.
This is strange. There aren't very many of them.
Yeah, that's the fun part about like historical fantasy, in my opinion, because you kind of create these caricatures of these historical figures.
Castle would have fallen to Master Lu Bu. You've got nowhere to run. Not that it matters, because I'm going to.
Oh no, he preferred to steal other people's girls, not just, you know, have girlfriends who also happen to have husbands.
Opened my eyes.
He was like, oh, that guy has a pretty wife. I'm gonna take her. She will be mine.
These fools leave their castle ripe for the taking. Huyang is mine.
Master Lu Bu is the one destined to rule this land.
Yeah, having the nice mixture of fantasy and fiction is the best way to go. Like, if you have something like Romance of the Three Kingdoms, which is made to be a little bit more historically accurate. And then you have Dynasty Warriors, which is not as historically accurate. And then you have Sengoku Basara, which is not historically accurate whatsoever. I still think they should do a Sengoku Basara in the Three Kingdoms, like a Son Goku Basara. And just see what sort of weird, tropey characters they create for that.
Close the gates! Close the gates! We will take out the bridge and hunt the enemy down.
That would be cool. Like, after maxing out the character, you also get more historical version of them unlocked.
I'll let you have this place then. However, Huyang Castle belongs to Lord Lu Bu now.
That is also true. Everybody would just use a sword or a spear or like a slight variation of that.
Your abilities are truly
You would absolutely have clones if this was historically accurate. Because people learned specific martial art styles. And that's one of the reasons why I love having weapon swapping. If you want to have a little bit more of a traditional, historical, accurate experience, you can do that. If you want to give Xiahou Dun the Gatling gun weapon, you absolutely can.
Also a path to the south. Maybe we can use it to enter the castle.
Okay, I'll go and check it out. You stay here and keep their attention on it.
I hope we do get some more like re-releases on new consoles of older games. Like I would like to see them actually put out a new Empires title. Like Samurai Warriors 4 Empires is still only on PS4. And I think on Vita. Dynasty Warriors 7 is still only on PS3. That one is probably the big one that I would want.
Return after reviewing my strategy.
Not to mention, there's also Samurai Warriors 3
Enemy near the castle. Use the weapon.
only being in English on the Wii. And then the better version being Japanese exclusive to the PS3. Dynasty Warriors 2 and 3 do have different soundtracks, but the main difference is in production value. The way that I would word it, and I'm probably going to use this as a reference to why they chose to remaster Dynasty Warriors 3 and not 1 or 2, is because if you think about it, like Omega Force is a musician and the games are their albums, technically Dynasty Warriors 3 is their first full album, because Dynasty Warriors 1 was like the demo album. Like, it's got 4 tracks on it just to like pass around to try to get a record label. Dynasty Warriors 2 was like an EP, so maybe 7 tracks on it. Doesn't really have much substance, but then you get the full album with Dynasty Warriors 3. It's got like the full 12 track list. There's a lot more variety in the tracks. And like, you might have some tracks from the demo or the EP make it onto the full album, but they're going to be more polished. And that's kind of what they did with all the soundtracks from Dynasty Warriors 2. When they brought them over to 3, they really just polished them. There are some slight differences, but you won't really notice it just playing the game. You have to sit down, listen to the tracks, and be like, oh, I see. They kind of mastered this a little bit differently. Maybe they added some flair to the guitar a little bit more in this part, or added a different synth sound to this other part. Who was the best character they added in Dynasty Warriors 9? Chungpu. Hands down, best choice they made. He should have been made playable way earlier.
Well done. But you will never defeat Master Lu Bu.
Intruder! Where did they come from?
Oh, Dynasty Warriors 2's opening is one of the best in the series. I love that little opening of Zhou with the flute.
Don't think you've won.
That's another enemy pounded into submission.
It really did kind of like get you pumped to play. Not that other Musou openings didn't get you pumped to play, but that one was so well done for its time. I will say Dynasty Warriors 2 with mods is not a bad experience to play through it. Maybe 2 or 3 character stories. But really after that, you're just kind of like rehashing the same experience over and over again. I imagine the main reason why they don't have any blood is to maintain a lower rating. Like, especially in Japan, games with blood really get a much higher rating. And some people just won't buy them if they are rated so high. Like, they're a lot more strict in Japan about violence and other things.
I don't need it.
Lu Bu has retreated. You have
Or I guess I should say brutal violence as opposed to just basic violence, because basic violence they're fine with. It's when people like are actually having their limbs cut off, blood spewing everywhere. Plus, like, in the West, it's nice for them to maintain a T rating instead of an M rating. Actually, I think I'm going to pick a different stage. I'm going to do Changban.
What I lack in youth, I make up for in experience.
Oh wait, he would have just the regular sword as well. Man, I'm gonna have a lot of weapons to fuse after this stream. I remember that as well. And I think I remember the Changban on Shu's side is this one.
Everyone, I am in need of your strength. We must work our way through this predicament together with the people.
Leave it to me, brother. I'll deal with any enemies that dare to get in our way.
I have played 8 Empires and I really like the customization in that game. I feel like 7 Empires is a better Empires experience. Like it has just a better overall gameplay loop, while 8 definitely has the better character creation. But that's why I want to see 7 Empires make it to PC or modern consoles. I would love to see them bring back opening edits. I would also like to see them bring back like the cutscenes like they have in Dynasty Warriors 3, where any character will appear in it and every character will have a different phrase or different lines. I would say 4 Empires is okay. It's not the greatest Warriors or Empires experience because it's the very first one. And 9 Empires is also not the greatest, but it's actually not as bad as some people make it out to be. The worst part about 9 Empires is that it's Dynasty Warriors 9, which, as long as you can look past that, it's not a bad Empires experience. It's just Dynasty Warriors 9. Yeah, having a lot of the PS3 games tied to PlayStation Plus sucks, but also don't play PS3 games on PS5 unless you have really good internet, because it's streamed and it is not that good. I paid for PlayStation Plus Premium for a little bit, and I did make use out of some of the classics and some of the other games that you get through PlayStation Plus, but it really ultimately wasn't worth it for me as somebody who collects and buys every game that he wants anyways.
Come on, what are you waiting for? Let's get this fight started.
I've gotten a little bit more enjoyment out of Dynasty Warriors 9 lately, especially playing it now on a PS5, getting that little bit of a boost in graphics and performance. Though I would like to upgrade my PC so I can get an even better boost in graphics and performance.
It seems the enemy army has stepped up its efforts. We must escape before any more harm can come to the people or our troops.
I don't know if I would want them to bring back the trailers from other games. The main reason why that was in like the older games is because back then you weren't connected to the internet as much as you are now. Like, they had to include that or create like demo discs and stuff like that. It was just a product of the times. What they could do now to kind of promote their other games is like put out DLC that, or like in a patch, just something to be a reference to the other game, whether it's a costume, a weapon, a song, something along those lines. I would prefer that to just having the trailer, because I never made use of those after watching them maybe once or twice. And even now, I'll never go back to watching them. An Orochi Empires would absolutely be so much fun. I doubt they will ever do it, but we can always hope. We can always dream. Now, one thing I really am curious about is, with them going with the art style that they did for Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered, what's it going to be like when they make the next Musou game that's not Origins or connected to Origins? Because I think they should, you know, feel comfortable with working with a bunch of different kind of art styles that are close enough together. Like, Samurai Warriors 5, while it being cel-shaded, is not too far off in design from like every other Warriors game. It's just like a filter, almost. And I think Samurai Warriors 5 has a really, really good art style, and I wouldn't mind if Samurai Warriors is designed in that way and Dynasty Warriors is designed in this more realistic look. And then when Warriors Orochi comes out, they can put a setting in there to decide whether you want it to be cel-shaded or not. I don't think they did a poll specifically to ask what people wanted to see, or like what game they wanted to see remastered first. They just kind of have been keeping an eye on the community, and a lot of people do say Dynasty Warriors 3 is their favorite. So that's why they chose that. Also, it's technically like I said, the first real Dynasty Warriors game, because Dynasty Warriors 2 was more like a proof of concept tech demo kind of thing. And then Dynasty Warriors 3 was really the first one that felt like a Warriors game. That nice mix of arcadey hack and slash gameplay with RPG mechanics, so much grinding. Like, it included most of what we expect from a Musou title. And then they've built upon that kind of groundwork. And they did say that they were going to remaster the other games as long as 3 sells well. So that's the big thing I'm hoping for, is that 3 sells well, and then in a couple of years we end up seeing Dynasty Warriors 4 Remastered get announced. And then maybe after that, a couple of years later, if that sells well, we see Samurai Warriors 1 Remastered. I also mentioned it before, but I am also perfectly okay with them taking more time between releases, because these games have a lot of meat to them if you want to get everything. And I want to get everything. I want to do everything in these games. So I would rather have like a 5-year window between releases, as opposed to what we saw years ago, where it was like, oh, we're getting like 2 releases a year. 2 Muso games a year is a little wild. Like, I could see once every 2 to 3 years we get something, and sometimes it's a spin-off, sometimes it's like Pirate Warriors, Gundam, Arslan. Sometimes it's a full brand new kind of like Origins style. I just think having that variety is a big thing to keep the franchise alive. We were actually talking about that a little earlier, Walton. I'm pretty sure the reason why they went with the Unreal Engine 5 instead of the Katana engine for Origins is because, I'm gonna guess, the assets that they are carrying over from the original 3 on PS2 just weren't working in the Katana engine, and they were only working in Unreal Engine. That's my guess. Because it's not a remake from the ground up, they are using kind of the skeleton structure of the original to build the remaster.
Finally, we can look to bring an end to this ordeal.
Yet, Inugami the Hound, I did the same thing, because when I bought Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends back in the day, I thought that was just the game, and then found out that you had to buy the original to be able to play through all of the other characters' stories. I was kind of bummed, but Dynasty Warriors 4 came out not too long after I bought 3 Extreme Legends, so I was saved by that.
Quite strong.
I think they will remaster if 3 Remastered doesn't do well. I think they will still remaster the other games, but it'll be many years between 3 Remastered and 4 Remastered. I also think at this point, with all of the press that it's getting and all of the good feedback it's getting from the community, I think it's going to sell well enough for them to at least try a 4 Remastered. And then, God knows I'm going to be streaming the ever-loving fuck out of that game. So, they're going to get their money's worth by giving me a review code. I'm also going to buy another copy of it. Because, like I said, either they're going to give it to me on PS5 or Switch 2, and I'm just going to buy the other one. Dynasty Warriors 8, the one that I'm playing right now, is my favorite Dynasty Warriors game. Mostly because of just how much content is in this game. Especially if you get all the DLC. If you have a Switch and you buy the Definitive Edition, you get all the DLC in the one package. I will play this game on both PS5 and Switch 2. That's how much I love this game.
There have been many to die by my hand, and there will be many more.
Yeah, I also wasn't a big fan of the, 2-disc kind of practice. The one nice thing is they always priced the Extreme Legends lower, but it was still hefty enough between buying the vanilla on launch and the Extreme Legends on launch. Like, if you bought them used, no problem. Like, if you go out of your way right now to buy Dynasty Warriors 3 and 3 Extreme Legends, you're looking at maybe 25, 30 bucks, 40 at most to get both. but most places are going to sell them for like 10, 15 bucks because not many people are looking for the classic Muso games right now. I mean, I've noticed PS2, original Xbox, and to a lesser extent GameCube games slowly dropping in price. Like, I brought a couple of games to a pawn shop recently. Just some games that we have not played and have no plans on playing. And I got Final Fantasy X and X-2. I think 10 was 15 bucks and X-2 was 10 bucks. And I mostly got them because the voice actress of Yuna is going to be at the Atlantic Entertainment Expo in St. John. And I will be there with Chelsea because they will have a table in the artist alley. And I'm going to have to get Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy X-2, and Final Fantasy X HD signed by Yuna because, God, that is my favorite. Or, well, it was my favorite Final Fantasy, and then 7 Remake and Rebirth kind of overtook that. But I lump those two together. And 10 would be like my second favorite. And the GameCube is like, it's around 2 decades old now. Just a little over, I think. I think it released in 2003, I want to say. Yeah, I'm so excited. And what's even funnier about Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth being my favorite Final Fantasy is I got to not only meet John Eric Bentley, who does the voice of Barrett, but he listened to some of my own voice acting and gave me some tips and had some really good praise for like what I was able to do. But at that time, both times I got to meet him, I had not played Final Fantasy VII Remake at all. Later in the year, on the second time that I met him, I finally played Final Fantasy VII Remake, and now it's one of my favorites. And I could have got my physical copy of Rebirth signed by him if I had it at the time that I met him. But I did get... he does the voice for Samuel L. Jackson in a bunch of like redub stuff. So he did the voice of Nick Fury in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. So I got that signed the first time that I met him. And then the second time I got him to sign Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. So he plays a character in that. And he does a bunch of the NPC voices in Infamous Second Son. So I got that signed as well. And I got an original art piece of Barrett. It's about the size of a traditional like Pokemon card or Magic card. And he signed that. And it's an original art piece. So that is fucking cool. Never played a Final Fantasy. Do they play like these games or are they more turn-based games? It depends. I did do a full playthrough of Final Fantasy VII Remake on the channel before Musou, so if you want to see what that plays like, you can check that out. Rebirth plays very much like Final Fantasy VII Remake, but just bigger because it has an open world. And Final Fantasy VII Remake, Rebirth, and Final Fantasy 16 are more action games. but most of the Final Fantasy games are turn-based. Pretty well up to 10 was turn-based. And then 11 was online, 12 was a little weird, 13 went back to being turn-based, 14 went online again, 15 was slightly more action, but not quite as much action as 7 Remake and Rebirth and 16. But I would still say if you like Dynasty Warriors games, you will probably like Final Fantasy 15, 7 Remake, and 16. Now, I want to... the Wuzhong Plains. I'm gonna give you the General Sword for your second weapon. Yeah, 15 kind of mixes both of the action style with some RPG turn-based mechanics, which makes it an interesting playthrough. I tried going directly to Final Fantasy 15 after playing 7 Remake and Rebirth, and I could not get into it. I had to play through 16 first, and then go back to 15 and loved it. I've heard that Final Fantasy 13 is better than a lot of people make it out to be, and I've been meaning to play through it because I have all 3 games on multiple platforms. But when has that ever stopped me from not playing a game? I can feel my backlog behind me just being like, you motherfucker. I think the Dynasty Warriors 3 Wuzhong Plains is in this. I hope. Yes, there we go. The best Wuzhong Plains song ever. And of course it's on Shu's side because fuck them. The big issues I always heard about Final Fantasy 13 was it's too easy. They didn't like that there was like an auto battle option. They didn't like the lack of exploration, which honestly, if you go back and look at some of the past Final Fantasy games, not all Final Fantasy games have that open adventure kind of aspect. Some of them are very linear games. So I know I've tried to start a playthrough of Final Fantasy 13 and had a decent time for what I played. I just got interested in something else a little bit more. Not that I got disinterested in Final Fantasy 13. I did see the little bit in the trailer with Zhuge and Sima Yi. I think that's like a hypothetical story where Shu and Wei team up to fight Wu. Oh my god, the fact that we got a release date for 3 Remastered has me so happy. Because I didn't care if we got a release date when we got the State of Play. All I cared about was just seeing that they were still working on it. They could have just shown the gameplay, not announced a release date, and just left it at that, and I would have been happy. But knowing it's coming out in October has got me really excited. It's like an early birthday present.
Let's welcome them with a volley of arrows.
I'm going to have your head. You sure know how to fight.
There is no greater weapon than a prepared mind.
Yeah, I can understand people not liking Final Fantasy 13, but to say it's the worst Final Fantasy is a bit of a stretch.
I'll let you go for now. Don't think you've won.
There is no greater weapon than a prepared
Yeah,
mind.
I know some people were like, they're gonna release 3 remastered for Christmas this year, and it's like, no, they're not. Koei Tecmo is not that dumb. Zhuge with a sword does feel weird. I feel like he does have better costumes that match this weapon. I was just thinking, I do like to give him the, what's it called? The Art of War scroll. That one's another one that fits him as a character. I know, I gotta figure out what's going on with the review code, because if I'm getting the review code and it does come with the pre-order bonus, then I'm golden. But if it doesn't, then I'm gonna have to pre-order it, because I want that stupid retro red hair saddle. I think it works because of the kind of mysticism that Zhuge Liang has been known for, with like what he did calling up the winds in Chibi.
We'll be pushed back at this rate. We need to send for reinforcements.
I forgot that the Art of War scroll exists, because that's usually what I like to give him for his secondary weapon. But I only figured that out like fairly recently, that that's a good match for him.
East and west instead. Wei Yan, I want you and Ma Dai to take the east. Jiang Wei, you and Xing Tsai will take the west.
I'm pulling back for now.
There is no greater
Unfortunately, Final Fantasy does not have a Musou style game. The closest to it would be like Rebirth, Remake, Final Fantasy 16. They would be like the closest, but it's still not quite there. We should definitely have a Final Fantasy Musou. I mean, Koei Tecmo has worked with Square on a bunch of other projects too. That is a question that I was thinking about the other day, is what is the best Wuzhong Plains? I know what game is not the best, and that would be Dynasty Warriors 4. That Wuzhong Plains is very mid. I do really like this one. There's a lot of different paths. You have the open area in the middle. The one drawback of this one is, like, you don't get to experience all the paths on both sides. So while that does give you a unique experience between Wei and Shu, I feel like they almost feel like different stages at that point. Meanwhile, something like Dynasty Warriors 3 or 2 actually have really good Wuzhong Plains. I can't quite remember what 6 was like, but I also really like 5. Yeah, Koei Tecmo did make Dissidia, but that was Team Ninja, not Omega Force. So I would like to see them actually make like a Dissidia Warriors. I think a new Nintendo Warriors game would be perfect, and I really think a Xenoblade Warriors should be made. I feel like Nintendo almost wants their Warriors games, though, lately to be based on games, because after the first Fire Emblem Warriors, every other Nintendo Warriors has been connected to another release. Three Hopes to Three Houses, Age of Calamity to Breath of the Wild, Age of Imprisonment to Tears of the Kingdom. Speaking of which, I've been meaning to stream Age of Imprisonment at some point. I didn't mind the stages being split into multiple parts in 7 for the sake of the story, but I do wish that if you were to go through like the stage select and select a different character, that you were able to play the whole stage with that one character without having to go back to the menu after you finish part 1. Like, just have the cutscenes play out with the original characters and let me move on. Yeah, Age of Calamity is Hyrule Warriors that's connected to Breath of the Wild. It is very rough to play on the original Switch, but playing it on Switch 2 is a lot better because it gets a performance boost through Switch 2 and actually has a steady frame rate. And then Age of Imprisonment is Switch 2 exclusive, and my god, is it one of the best like Warriors spin-off games I've played. The story is really good, the characters all play really well. There's no moveset that is bad, in my opinion, in Age of Imprisonment, but there are some movesets that are bad or rough in Age of Calamity. I do not like the Sheikah Slate for Zelda. I think that moveset is difficult to control when you're so used to playing as all of the other characters. Like, I haven't played Age of Calamity since finishing it, like, way back. When I first got the Switch 2, that's, like, the first game that I played and finished. I have been playing Age of Imprisonment since it has launched. I am so close to finishing literally everything there is to do other than just general grinding weapons. So, take that as my review. Age of Imprisonment is really fucking good. There are no carryover movesets. That being said, some characters have similar movesets to others. Like the Knight Construct having a similar moveset to Link. Artie has a similar moveset to Urbosa. So like some moves are animated in a similar way, but are slightly different enough to make them more unique to the characters. I do think it would be great if they put out like a DLC pack with all of the Age of Calamity characters for Age of Imprisonment. And I'm really sad they didn't do any DLC for Age of Imprisonment. Like, nothing at all. That's disappointing. Oh yeah, the cycle was a lot of fun too.
Enemy reinforcement troops have appeared in the east. So the reinforcements
Exactly. If they put all of the Age of Calamity characters into Age of Imprisonment, there wouldn't be clones. It would be like pseudo-clones. Kind of like how Liu Bei and Sun Jian have similar move sets in Dynasty Warriors 3, 4, and 5, but are technically different. Yeah, the Sheikah Slate just doesn't feel good. And that's kind of an issue with a lot of movesets that summon things. Like, if you've played Warriors All-Stars, any of the Deception characters, I cannot play as them. I do not like them whatsoever. And the Sheikah Slate for Zelda in Age of Calamity plays very similar to that. Who's a character I want them to add in each faction? Ooh, I really want them to add Liu Hua. Even if he doesn't have major moments in the story, just to have him be a unique character that appears as often as he does. Like, he could just be like a very bland character that is just there. He doesn't have to have a major personality, because he also doesn't do a whole lot of major things in history. For Wei, though, I kind of want to see them add another Shaho. So maybe Shaho Mao. For Wu, that one's a little harder. I don't know as much about Wu. I'm trying to think. Maybe Ling Cao, just to give Ling Tong a little bit more, like, connection to his father, as opposed to just being a generic-looking officer. Though I feel like Ling Cao could be a, just a generic NPC. Or not a generic, a unique NPC. Oh, yeah, there we go. Zhang Qin is a character that I think could be made a playable character. Now, if you don't go with Liao Hua, I think Ma Su would be another good option. I think, like, that would make, what is it? Mount Dingjun? No. What's the battle that Ma Su gets executed after? But, like, to have Zhuge Liang slowly build a relationship with that guy and then have to murder him or, like, execute him, I think that would make a big emotional moment in the story. Jie Ting, that's it. I knew it wasn't Ding Jun. I was like, the moment I said it, I was like, that's not it.
I shall return after reviewing my strategy. There is no greater weapon than a prepared mind.
Man, I didn't realize how hard would be on these later stages. Just using a level 3 weapon.
Though I may be adept at fleeing a battle, that doesn't mean I'm proud of it.
Being so strong is nice. There are many out there who aren't.
The big thing is, this is a story about war, so having a lot of characters build those relationships and experience the loss is a part of the story. So including more of those characters that have those emotional impacts, I think is a good idea. Not only for the fact that you get to make more unique characters, but you also get to make a more connected story. Exactly. Like, I could see it being kind of similar to in Samurai Warriors 4 when Mitsuhide learns of Hideyoshi's death. He starts working, and a lot of people are like, "Why are you working? You know, our master just died." And he's like, "The work has to be done." And then as soon as he's left alone, he sheds the tear. And I could see that being Zhuge Liang. He's like harsh on Masu, leading directly up to his execution, and then as soon as he's alone is when he shows that emotion. And maybe he can show that emotion to Yue Ying and have another character moment with her too. Oh, Jia Chong got the worst downgrade in Dynasty Warriors 9. He is one of my favorite characters in this, for at least for the newcomers. Between him and Wen Yang, Jin had some of the, well, also Zheng Chunhua. Jin had some of the best additions in 8.
You don't see, do you?
And then Jia Chong was made worse in 9.
Victory is mine.
Xin Xianying is okay. She exists.
Can you walk it? The path to rule with no guide.
Hmm? No.
Spindlehead, I am planning to also build up my level 3 and 4 weapons eventually. Right now I am only focusing on the attributes, and then I'm going to focus on increasing the attacks for like the 5 and 6 star weapons. Because as I play through these harder difficulties, I'm going to have a better chance of getting higher base attacks for my weapons. And sometimes I forget, did I increase that weapon's attack or not? So it's good for me to just have a specific, like just the base attack power to be like, yeah, that one's stronger, so I'm going to go with that. That's going to at least save me 500 gems. So I can put that towards all of the other upgrades I'm doing. Right? There's so many moments in this game where a character would have been able to kill another character and they just let them go.
Finally, I've been itching for a good fight.
And of course, we have to play as Gan Ning. How many weapons do I have? Oh, pfft, I don't need to worry about that. I'm golden. Oh yeah, Zhonghui. I mean, the weapon that he got was fine. It's not as good as the floating swords, but that's fine. I can at least accept the sword fan thing.
They probably have their sights set on Hanzhong. It does not matter. If we must include Liu Bei in order to destabilize Cao Cao, then so be it.
I see. Give and take, as they say.
Though, I must admit, I don't like the fact that we are doing the giving first.
Just so long as we can call in the favor later.
Ha! Who cares about the details? Just point me at the fighting and let me charge into the fray.
Ha! You hothead. How about trying to use that brain of yours for once?
Actually, Gan Ning makes a good point. The enemy defense is being led by Zhang Liao himself. Both determination and focus will be required to win.
Yeah, I don't know where you would add Sima Yan, though I feel like they could play some like fictional sprinkling with him by having him join earlier.
Then please allow Lu Su and I to display our intellect.
Ah, Master Zhou Yu.
Yeah, a lot of the voice cast in Dynasty Warriors 7 and 9 did a bang up job as their characters. I still absolutely love the dub of Origins. There's only like a handful of characters that I would be like, you know what, they could have been better. And Guojia is the only one that I'm like, it's not that I think he should be recast, because that the tone of that voice is really good. It's the cadence and the delivery. So I think like really it just comes down to direction.
We must show the world the courage and brilliance of the men of Wu.
Gan Ning's nipples are just waiting for 3 Remastered to come out. They're still loading. I be misspeaking. I do that all the time. That is a me thing. I always misspeak. The brain doesn't process the words fast enough. That's why whenever I do a video, it's always scripted, because trying to control this in real time does not work. Yeah, if we get a Dynasty Warriors 10 and they keep all the characters that were added in 9, I do think they should keep their weapons that they were assigned, because they do fit those characters really well. I love Cao Shu with the fan. I like Xu Sheng with the dual-sided like ball and chain. I think it would be good to give Gan Ning his river sword. You could even call it the pirate sword, and then keep Dong Bai with the flail. I do think you should give Hua Xiong a different weapon. The club, I don't think really fits him as a character, and I think he should have like a great spear, similar to what Tadakatsu, Toshie, and Shingen had in Samurai Warriors 5. Yuan Shu can keep the rapier because Liu Shan's gonna have the dragon column or the bench. And I think that would really play well into his more comedic moments where he just takes the bench everywhere he goes, so he has a place to rest. But he will not hesitate for a moment to use it as an actual weapon. And then Xiaoji, I don't know what you would do with her. Ooh, yeah, Xin Xianying could have the drill lance. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
The drawbridge has been raised. Very well. We'll forget the detour.
Shun Yu can keep the strategist spear thing that he got in 8 Empires, and then Shunyo can have the sword whip thing. Manchong definitely keeping the shooting spears. Shosung keeping that weapon. And bring back Josung's Warriors All-Stars moveset, because that was perfect. Ooh! I do like the idea of Ganning's River Sword having a rope of some sort. Or, like, the dangly bit can be a little longer, like Sima Zhao's striking sword. And he can just grab the end of that and use that kind of like as a whip. I also didn't mind Diao-chan having the throwing dart. I really like the idea of her having like a knife or like some sort of weapon that fits an assassin. Like, in Dynasty Warriors 8, I will sometimes give her the MA piercers, and it works really well for her. I actually don't mind Deng-Ai using the what's it called? The automatic crossbow thing. I've personally grown attached to that weapon.
I must withdraw for now. There is still much that I have to accomplish.
Ooh. Diao-chan with Ganning's old daggers is a good idea.
You've got no chance against me.
Though part of me does want her to get her twin maces back. I can't wait for Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered to re-experience that. It's going to be so great. Also, one of the mods, Shinloki, had mentioned his friend will give Diao-chan the twin swords, and that really fits her as well, because it has a little bit more of a dance-like move set. It flows really well. Hey, Demonic Junior 9 QR. I am so ready for Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered. Well, that's the whole reason why I'm playing this right now with Dynasty Warriors 3 costumes and music, because goddamn, this is such a great way to like get yourself hyped up. Because I feel like if I were to play Dynasty Warriors 3 as a way to get myself hyped up, I would be a little less hyped once I get my hands on the remaster, because I would have put so many hours into the original. So I'm making a point to stay away from that and just play Dynasty Warriors 8. I tried to play Dynasty Warriors 7 with the Dynasty Warriors 3 costumes, but you can't change the music in story mode or conquest mode, or sorry, legend mode. You can only change it in conquest mode. So I might do another stream, just like a one-off stream. But I feel like Dynasty Warriors 8 I could play forever. I would also be down for DLC with the old troops. Though I would prefer something like that to be a patch as opposed to paid DLC. I mean, I would pay for it, but it would leave a bad taste in my mouth. Mostly because I feel like those original designs should be in the base game. I'm personally A-okay with them using the Origins style generic and soldier models because, like, I'm mostly going to be looking at my character and the more unique characters. It is going to make certain cutscenes interesting, though. Ooh, yes, Shahoji could get the single fan. That's such a good idea. I think Saiwenji should keep the harp. Unless you give her the Erhu that she had in Strike Force. And then give the harp to Shahoji. And then the single fan could be given to a new character. Maybe Masu. I actually like that idea, so.
The ram is now ready. Now all that remains for us is to open the castle gates.
I don't know. I know the voice for Xiao Yun is reused from the OG. Like you're talking about the trailer for 3 Remastered, right?
Get through here without a fight. We need to ensure the ram gets through safely.
Man, seeing the dance scene is gonna be hilarious with the new graphics.
You've got no chance against me.
Excellent. Keep it up.
I am Li Dian, your worst nightmare.
You are unstoppable.
I would say just keep the single fan to either Shahoji or give it to Masu.
The gates to Hefei Castle are open. Now, my lord, give us the order.
Indeed. All units, forward. We must expel Wei from Hefei.
Yeah, I think they reused some lines for that. But someone had mentioned Sun Tzu's voice is different. So I would need to rewatch that and maybe replay a little bit of Sun Tzu in the original 3 just to see.
The humiliation. How could this have happened?
I'll tell you how, shall I?
I do think having an AI scaling setting would be really good for either enemy and allied. And then maybe a general difficulty setting for the amount of damage you deal or receive.
Then I must simply seek to overcome that too.
Yeah, the stack grinding is going to be a fun thing. Hopefully they make that a little bit more streamlined somehow.
Can't get away.
Leave him. This battle is over. We will face him again soon enough.
I'll have to give the trailer another watch. I haven't watched it since the day that it came out. So like 2 days ago. Yesterday I was planning, excuse me, to do a stream, but God, I got hit. And like even today, I'm a little tired after work, but God, I wanted to stream.
But, my lord, this victory belongs not to your brother,
That's the attitude to have, Baxter.
but to you.
Bring the change you want to make.
Waiting to hear you speak.
That's actually Ling Tong's Dynasty Warriors 4 outfit It's like his alternate Dynasty Warriors 5 outfit, but for some reason all the Dynasty Warriors 5 characters that were added in Dynasty Warriors 5 got a Dynasty Warriors 4 costume. I'll show you in the where is Ling Tong? There he is. So technically, this is his Dynasty Warriors 5 costume. This is just his alternate costume from Dynasty Warriors 5. Same with Cao Pi. This is the Dynasty Warriors 5 costume everyone knows. This is what he got as an alternative. And they did the same with Qing Tsai getting a slightly altered costume, and Guan Ping having kind of a costume that looks like Guan Yu's Dynasty Warriors 4 outfit. Oh, I wonder if they are going to like cobble together some like Frankenstein voice cast between Dynasty Warriors 3, 4, and 5 for the remaster. The Dynasty Warriors 4 characters didn't get mock Dynasty Warriors 3 costumes. They only go down to 4, which is stupid that they did it for the Dynasty Warriors 5 characters, but not the characters that were introduced in Dynasty Warriors 4. Yes, we are away supremacy in this household. Speaking of which, I guess it's only here. Battle of New Hefei Castle. We're going to play on the Wei side this time. And I'm going to do Shu Huang.
There is no truer path than that of the warrior.
And I'll pop it down to normal just for the sake of this. Right? Oh man, I'm so disappointed that we didn't get all the past costumes in Dynasty Warriors 9. I feel like I would have played that game much more if they did.
You must be pretty shrewd to have made it this far. However, it is time you learn your place in this.
I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. All right, I'm going to leave the voices up and there. I want to hear this music a little bit more. When I'm actually like grinding, doing like some mindless grinding, I'd like to keep the volume for the sound effects down real low so I can listen to the music and just vibe. So like usually if I'm playing this will be like around here. And then just so you can hear the music at a really good level.
I gotta run for now. Next time, you'll not get off so easy.
That's
I mean, if they end up doing like some sort of Frankenstein thing with the voices, I won't mind that. I still think it would have been better for them to just redub the game, but I know that also costs a lot of money. And they're still unsure if this is going to sell well in the West. So I can understand their hesitation. They know it's going to sell well in the community of, like, longtime fans. But whether it's going to sell well in general is the other thing. Like, is it going to be similar to Origins, or is it going to be worse? One thing I do like to do when I'm grinding sometimes is turn the music completely off and then turn on an instrumental playlist. Then I can have stuff like Metallica, Apocalyptica. There's a few bands that have done other instrumental songs like Arch Enemy, Unleash the Archers, which, if you haven't listened to Unleash the Archers, go listen to The Matriarch. That is such a great song. Oh. And they're Canadian, so gotta, you know, promote them a little bit. But then you've got bands like, or groups, I guess, not quite a band, but Dance with the Dead. They do like a synthwave heavy metal kind of sound, and all of their music, well, most of their music is instrumental. And if there are vocals, it's usually like a guest spot. One band I wish did more instrumental stuff is Dir Grey, because I just love their vibe in general. And I guess I could just go to YouTube and find somebody that has made an instrumental version or an instrumental cover, but I usually use Spotify. Because I will also listen to instrumental music while I'm driving, or I have these headphones that I like called Shocks. That's the brand. This is what they look like. They are a bone conduction headphone, so they sit over your temple. They don't go in your ear. So while I'm listening to music with these, I can also hear everything else around me. So if I go grocery shopping, or go to do some chores or something, go for a walk, I like to wear those and listen to instrumental music so that the words from the song doesn't mess with if somebody has to talk with me. I don't have to like mess around with the music. It's literally like having background music for life. I used to have trouble navigating this stage, and then I played it over and over and over again. So now I know mostly what the layout is like. I can comfortably like move around without the map. You know what? Why not? Let's test that theory. I'm not going to go this way. They are such good headphones, man. I should probably wear them more often because I will forget them. But I also like them to like help, because like if I'm doing some household chores, it's such a pain to do that without music. But if I'm wearing like noise canceling headphones and Chelsea's trying to get my attention for something, that ain't happening. So I like to have those as well, just because it then becomes background music. I think there's definitely the potential for Origins to really break some good sales, especially after having Origins be so successful. The big thing is going to be, is Koei going to properly market it? And are the people that really enjoyed Origins that are new to the franchise going to want to go back and experience an older game with modern mechanics? Sometimes I do like to just see how long I can juggle one peon for. Sometimes just doing the C1 or C5 or C2, I guess. I do really appreciate, though, that they put Dynasty Warriors 3, well, just past costumes and past music in general in this game. Because the game itself was already a whole lot of fun. But then you add that nostalgia content and you have a reason to replay this game over and over and over again. I feel like dropping the demo in August is a little early, though, because you want to drop the demo close enough to release that you get people being like, you know what, this is good, I'm going to pick this up, and then they just go and do it. Because if you give people too much time between the demo and the actual launch of the game, some people just become disinterested, the hype dies down because you're just playing the demo over and over again. Or, you know, a lot of people will not pre-order the game. So they're just going to play the demo, be like, I'll pick that up when it releases, and then forget about that time. So if they release the demo maybe mid-September, then you have a couple of weeks of people playing that and then going from the demo to the full release. I think it was a good decision to cancel the Switch 1 version. I don't know why they announced that. I thought it was such a stupid thing to be like, yeah, it's coming out on Switch 1, but not PS4 or Xbox One. Only the new PlayStation and the new Xbox, but not the new Nintendo.
Come and face me. Witness the pinnacle of...
I think, though, if they were going to release it on Switch 1, they should have released it on PS4 and Xbox One. I am interested to see how it plays on Switch 2, though, because it is a relatively graphics-heavy game. So it'll be interesting to see what the frame rate is going to be like, because Dynasty Warriors Origins on Switch 2 doesn't run the worst, but doesn't run the best. Oh, if they release the OG Dynasty Warriors 3 on Switch 1 and not any other console, I think that would have more rage than just not releasing it at all. Oh yeah, the Switch 2 has so many Musou games now because, well, first of all, so many games were on Switch 1. Like, if I open up my Switch 2, I've got One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, Dynasty Warriors Origins, Fate Extella Link, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends Definitive Edition, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, Warriors Abyss, Fire Emblem Warriors, Samurai Warriors 5, and Warriors Odachi 4, all on my home screen. But then you also have like Fate Extella, the Umbral Star, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, One Piece Pirate Warriors 3. And that's not even mentioning some of the Japanese exclusive stuff like Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires, Spirit of Sanada, Samurai Warriors 4 DX, Warriors Odachi 3 Ultimate. There's also the games that I don't have on my Switch because they are games that are sealed in the collection, like Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires, Tokenrambu Warriors. So like, there are so many games, so many Musou games for Switch. Empire's games are fun if you don't mind the more strategy elements. Now, what I've done before, just to play an Empire's title, is only focus on my troops and resources and not care about anything else. As long as I maintain my troops and resources, I can just go out and conquer China. Or Japan, whatever I'm playing. Yet, Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires, Spirit of Sanada, Samurai Warriors 4 DX, and Warriors Odachi 3 Ultimate were all Japanese exclusive on Switch 1. They were all released like within a short window of the Switch releasing too. So like, I feel like Koei was still like on the fence as to whether that was a good idea. So there's a reason we didn't get them in the West, even though I think we absolutely should have, because they would have sold. They absolutely would have sold. Yeah, the Xbox One didn't have a whole lot of Musou games, unfortunately. I did play a good chunk of them on Xbox One because I had the One X. But it's unfortunate that Xbox doesn't get everything that PlayStation and Switch does. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get my hands on them, but like all of the Japanese Switch exclusive Warriors games are like a minimum of $100 Canadian each. So yeah, that's not gonna be an anytime soon thing. Anyways, I've nearly been streaming for 3 hours. That is a lot longer than I usually stream for. It's been a lot of fun, but I am getting tired. I've barely drank any water this stream because I've just been doing nonstop talking and nerding out over this, and it's been a lot of fun. So this is where I'm going to call it a stream, but thank you so much for coming out, everybody. This has been one of the biggest streams that I've done in a long time. Don't forget, the conversation doesn't have to end here along with the stream. You can also join the Discord server. There is a link in the description below, as well as a link to all of my social medias. You can follow me pretty well anywhere you want, but I'm mostly active in the Discord, on Twitter, or on Blue Sky. You can also go check out my music. Did you know that I made music before I got into video game reviews and discussions and streaming? They are old music, so don't judge them too harshly on their production value. But you can go check that out. You can download them for free on Bandcamp, or you can stream them on Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, wherever you stream your music. You can also use them in your backgrounds of your TikToks, your Instagram Reels, your Snapchats, and all that fun stuff. But with that being said, thank you again for joining me today, and I will see you all in the next stream.